Alright my friends, today is May the 12th. It is just after the weekly open. Let's go ahead and get into the market outlook and plans for the week ahead. Okay, well, so let's start off with the events. On Wednesday we have the CPI. I'm more or less expecting the price action this week to play out similarly to every other FOMC or CPI that we have. That's going to be sluggish, bloody price action on Monday, Tuesday, and then the unwind and potentially lead into a squeeze on Wednesday. So just definitely be aware of that. I know it's boring, but it is important, and generally speaking, these are going to be some of our best intraday trades that we're going to get because we're currently in a low volatility regime. So let's go ahead and get into the macro outlook.
If you're interested in gaining access to the spaghetti template and learning how to properly utilize it, you should consider joining the Paragon group.
Nothing's really changed on the higher time frame, but we'll just go ahead and do our basic run through. So currently we're in the midst of a larger uptrend, but the price action is stuck in a range. The macro range that we're looking at is 69K resistance and 60K support. We'll look at that in more detail on medium time frame here momentarily, but there isn't really too much here to update. I think that we're continuing to see my thesis play out. The volatility peak for the summertime has already come through in April, came really early this year. I think that we're going to continue to be watching bloody chop play out as we get into Q3, and I think that as we progress through Q3 to the later half of the quarter, that's when volatility is going to resume, and we're going to have the sustained uptrend later on in the year. So that is becoming consensus, which is a little bit worrisome, but for the time being, I haven't really seen any reason to invalidate that. Per usual, though, I'm always gonna do my best to stay, light on my feet with my thesis. So I'm always subject to change, but for the time being, I'm still leaning into the plan that I've had for the past couple of months now. So TLDR is, boring summer, keep chopping people up, volatility continuing to trend downwards. Overall bloody medium time frame price action. Chopping bulls up, and then trend continuation later on in the year. So there's not really anything crazy that needs to be updated on that. Let's go ahead and jump over into the medium time frame really quickly. This is more or less what I'm expecting to see this week, is that we potentially trade up off the open, and then we're probably going to see Monday and Tuesday look something like this, us trading down and most likely attacking these lows. My main trading thesis for the week is going to be trading the CPI and trying to trade the unwind like I've been doing on the past several, FOMC and CPIs. It seems to be a pretty repeatable trade, so I'm gonna keep doing it until it stops working. So as far as medium time frame is concerned, we're obviously stuck in this range, 69K as the high and 61.4 as the low. So it has compressed a little bit, and values continuing to shift downwards, which definitely leads into my approach to being risk off right now. I think that it's pretty much an inevitability that we're going to attack these lows again. Current structuring is obviously, there's obviously a local downtrend playing out right now. So until this downtrend structuring is broken and we see bulls actually start to get back above this kind of area, so call it, 64K, until bulls can actually reclaim and show some strength, at 64 and higher, I think that we're going to keep trading down lower. So let's see what kind of momentum that bulls can actually spark here off of the weekly open, and see if they can actually trade it higher. I think that this would probably be a reasonable intraday short if we were to trade up towards 63K. That's something I would probably take. That's pretty much it for medium time frame, right? We have really significant resistance, which keeps shifting lower. So current resistance is basically 63K right now. If bulls can get up, start to get above that into 64, 65K, then my conservative approach is a little bit invalidated for the time being, because if bulls can get through, this kind of midpoint region, then obviously trading up to local supply around 70K that's the obvious upside target. But yeah, that's pretty much it, right? So, okay, let's go ahead and get into some altcoin stuff. So first things first is I'm just going to run through some of the coins that I actually think look good. There's very, very few coins that actually do look reasonable. So, there's not a whole lot of filtering that needs to be done right now. So As far as large caps go, Solana still looks pretty good to me. It's been fighting for this important reclaim like we've talked about for a couple of weeks now. So I really want to see, you know, Solana able to reclaim this 147, 146 kind of level, you know, to feel more confident. I don't really think that I'm going to be changing my hedging, you know, my overall positioning anytime soon, just because Solana makes a reclaim isn't going to change anything for me. But as one of my core bags, I obviously want to see this one continue to be healthy. And this is probably one that I'll end up trading this week on the CPI, right? This Solana falls really, you know, in line with trading Bitcoin on that. Across the board, really, guys, we have to be patient with everything. Nothing is going to be trading up in any big way anytime soon. We got a couple more months of chop ahead of us, in my opinion. So that's pretty much it, right? Last couple of notes I wanted to make around altcoins were Cartel scalping. So last week we got the first real signs of the Cartel coins coming back with what TRB was doing, and in Front as well. Actually, Front was moving like 40% in a day. For those of you guys that are unfamiliar with this, go to my scalping section and look at all the videos that I made in 2023 around scalping the Cartel coins. I had mentioned a couple of times over the past couple of weeks that I had been hoping that this would be the case, and it looks like it is starting to materialize more and more. It looks like Cartel season might be back. So that means that scalping is going to be the best, you know, approach to the market for myself at least, and probably going to be for a lot of people as well. So whatever the hot Cartel coin is of the week, we're just going to trade the shit out of it to the long side. And yeah, not overthink things. Just buy dips on these things and aggressively take profit on them and look for the next move. So I'm gonna hopefully be getting more and more into scalping. I dabbled a little bit last week with TRB, and I'm just hoping that activity on these scam coins maintains, you know, at high rates, so that we can scalp for a couple of months while Bitcoin is boring. Last note, and just to reiterate what I've been saying in the past several outlooks, I really think that you want to remain focused on RWA, AI, meme coins, and Solana ecosystem stuff. Those are the four categories that I think are the best bets for later in the year. They've already shown strength and shown, you know, the demand. So definitely stay focused on that stuff, in my opinion. You know, to TLDR everything, I am risk off from a portfolio standpoint, expecting that the summertime is going to continue to be boring chop, putting people to sleep with low volatility. I think that there's going to be the continued emergence of the Cartel coins, which is going to be the carrot on a stick to chase for the next couple of months. So I'll be focused on that. Indicators should be coming out soon. Don't forget about the CPI too, because that's probably going to be our best intraday trade of the week, is trading the unwind that we see seemingly every one of these events. It plays out more or less the same. So I'll be trying to trade that. So yeah, that's it for me. Good luck out there, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.